Loera.
Loera, yeah.
Loera. Okay. What's up, everybody? This is Q. I'm here with Branden Loera. You might know him from Black Butler, from One Piece, from Gotcha. How do you say that exactly?
So some people say Gachi Akuda, but it's kind of like Gachi Akata.
Gotcha. Akita.
Gachi Akata, yeah.
Okay, because I see people online arguing how to say it.
They argue all the time. I mean, truly, it's whatever you want, but it's like, I think the translation is like literal trash or something like that. It's something trash, and so that's how it's like divided up. And yeah, it's Gachi Akata.
Gotcha.
Gachi Akata.
Gotcha. So what got you into voice acting?
What got me into voice acting? I've been watching it since I was like, since I can remember, like 5 years old. Me and my brother, we would be watching Toonami like really late at night at my grandma's house at like 2 a.m. and we got in trouble for staying up late.
Yes.
That's when all the good shows were on.
Yeah.
We fell asleep to Inuyasha back in the day.
Oh. Did you ever do Trigun?
So no, I didn't. But I'm watching Stampede right now.
Uh-huh.
I know people don't like the way the animation changed.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I think, I don't know if it's like has to do with not liking like it's I don't know how to explain it. Like the animators, not the animators, but the artists who draw the characters.
Uh-huh.
They're like, oh, they're crapping on them because it's like CG or now something. But I don't know. I never watched Trigun growing up, so I don't have that connection.
Mm-hmm.
It looks clean. I don't know. It doesn't look CG. I don't know what it looks like, but it's very nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I dig it. But as far as how I got started into it, I was talking about this earlier, but I got in through recommendation. Because I'm a classically trained actor. I do a bunch of shows in Texas, and I had been doing some musical theater and opera. Then I did some Shakespeare, and during my Shakespeare time, a bunch of my friends who are also classically trained actors were also VAs at Funimation back in the day, who some of them were also directors, and I have known them for years and years and years. And so after a few shows, they're like, hey, we love your work. We know that you know what you're doing and your work ethic and all this stuff. So come into the studio. If you do a good enough job, then you'll get more work.
Yeah.
But just do the best you can. And I wasn't directed by the people who recommended me. My first thing was Joel McDonald's directing me in One Piece. I was doing bits. I don't remember what arc it was, but I was in there for an hour. By myself doing all these voices, and then got the contract and was working shortly after that.
Okay.
So it's been about 10 years now. Okay. So it was kind of like a reverse thing. Like everybody was kind of doing demos and websites and sending them in and hoping for the best. I got in that way and like proved that my acting is worth it, and then I started getting the demo and materials, the mic and all this other stuff for the studio, and then the website, so that I can do other projects as well.
Gotcha. Of all your roles, what line speak to you most?
What line?
Yeah, what line from a character that kind of sticks with you?
Well, as far as favorite lines, perhaps, the ones I remember are from like Heaven Official's Blessing, Long Chin Cho, whenever he is like strung up by some power or whatever at the gambling place. Someone is like, I'm worth more than half a bun, and then someone throws the Windmaster throws something at him. He's like, who did that? And it's just a very comedic moment, and it's very much needed whenever like the rest of the show kind of goes into these real dark, traumatic moments. Yeah. And so it sets us up with like this levity and things, but it's just a multifaceted character, and it's a line that a lot of people from cons talk to me about, and it was very funny that they remember every single time. So I'd say that line. It's not super important, but it's a funny line.
It fit in the moment, and it fits in any other moment now as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So outside of voice acting, you are very active in your free time. You do a lot of cooking and gardening, stuff like that. So what is the one thing you like to do most?
Well, so that's another thing. Whenever, like, 5 years old, my interest pretty much stayed the same throughout. So, like, I was watching anime, and then when I wasn't watching anime and wanted a break from something, I would watch, like, cooking competitions, like Iron Chef America or Chopped, Master Chef, the cupcake competitions or the food truck thing. Like, I was watching all of that, and I like. People call that reality television. I don't think of them as that, but apparently that's what it is. But I was watching that as like a palate cleanser, and then I would go between those two. And I love cooking in, like myself. I try not to go to a whole bunch of fast food places. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing that I like doing in my free time is just cooking and trying out different things and flavor. Because, like, truly, food is not just nutrients. It's another art form, and if you prepare it that way, your taste buds are going to feel it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference.
You know, food that was put with love and that was just made.
Yeah. Like there are some people, especially my roommate. He's like, if I could just put all my food that I would need in the day in a blender and drink it all in one and like not have to worry about it, that's my style. And I'm like, that sounds like torture. That sounds like hell. I cannot do that. But another big thing I do is like disc golfing. It's like golf but with a frisbee. And while I'm terrible at like regular golf, it's also very expensive. Disc golf is definitely way more inexpensive. And there's a lot of courses to go on, and I shortly found that like during my first year of college, which is usually when people find out about ultimate and disc golf and stuff like that. But I kind of like, I did some tournaments, and it's just a whole lot of fun. And getting out, walking around when most of the time I'm just laying in my bed watching anime. It's a nice way to get out.
Gotcha. Do you have any advice for people who want to be in the industry like you?
So I say this all the time, and you get this advice everywhere you go, but truly, like, don't spend money on voice acting classes if you don't have the theatrical training to back it up. Because that's a lot of wasted money, and you go in front of these directors and you don't know what you're doing, and you don't have like that foundation. Like, I'm not trying to sound elitist with like theatrical ability and things like that.
No, you're right, because a lot of people I interview, they say that the big part of voice acting is acting.
That is it. Yes, exactly.
And people don't realize, like you said.
You don't need we're not looking for voices. We just want you to be the character. Even if, and here's the thing, like, everything's evolving, okay? Anime is changing. When you look at shows like To Be Hero, Link Click, Heaven Officials, My Dress Up Darling, Hell's Paradise is another big one, Metallic Rouge, all of those. There's some big shonen titles in there, but the shows would not be what they are, and the popularity would not be where it's at without some real talented actors who know what they're doing from the get-go. So the director's not trying to push them to where they need to be, or just that's good enough. We got to move on now, So yeah, I would say, and you don't have to have a degree. Like, you don't got to do what I did and go to this school for music or acting, whatever, or dancing or something like that. You can just take little classes like Meisner, Stanislavski, Adler, Chekhov, some form, hopefully all of them if you can, and then figure out what works best for you and your process, because everybody's different. And then once you have that and you have a good foundation for those, you get your skills that you have, and then you go to those voice acting classes, and then you just give it your all, give them your materials, and then when you finally get that chance in the booth, you don't have to fight against time, because that's our biggest enemy, is time. So like, we get a couple takes, a few takes, like if we're really lax and there's one line that's really giving us some trouble, you know, 5 takes or something, but that is luxurious, you know, truly. And when we're already constrained or restrained with like mouth flaps and things like that, and listening to the J and how they're sounding, there's not a whole lot of movement for error. There's no room for error. So you got to know what you're doing. You got to know your stuff, because that's the director's job. Isn't how to teach you to act. You should already know how to do that. So that's my advice: is finding those teachings that have plenty of books. There's YouTube videos where they have simple like 5-minute videos for that, and then you can expand on that if you want, and then whenever you're ready, then you can start paying for those $150, $200, $300 classes and hope for the best.
Yes. All right, got you. All right, so on the end of this off, do you have anything that you can promote or that you can say?
Promote.
That you can.
Yeah. So there's a couple of cons that are coming up. There's Volunteer Valley in Morristown, Tennessee. That's happening in June, I believe. Volunteer Valley Comic Con is like V2C2, I believe. I know there's some other one. There's LitCon in May, which is in Greenville, Texas. It's a 1-day only signing event. And then I'm in a show called Dead Account. It's kind of like people have called it like a Blue Exorcist copy, I suppose. I don't remember the character's name. Incredible. Kuribi. Oh my gosh. Hold on. It's on my thing. Awesome. I forgot, but I'm in Dead Account.
But I'm make sure I tag you. I'm make sure I tagged it.
Okay. Thank you for that. I feel bad.
No.
But yeah, I'm in that show this season. I think that's all I can promote. And then there's one more con, but I forgot. So look for me at those two.
Yeah, make sure you follow his social medias.
Yes, I'm on Twitter as Brand Lovo. I believe it's up there. Yeah. And then Instagram is Brand Low _VO, because someone else took it before me. How dare you? There's my website, brandenloera.com, and I'm on TikTok now, and that's Brand Low VO as well.
All right. Well, thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
And thank y'all for watching.